Hello guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. Today my friends, I'm gonna be testing the GTX 650 with the Ryzen 7 3700X and 16 gigs of RAM, and you don't need these specs to not bottleneck this GPU, as you might probably know already. But yeah, something like a 4th gen i3, maybe like a 2nd gen i5 should get pretty much the same FPS as we're about to see in this video, because those aren't enough to limit our GTX 650's performance, of course. So let's get into it, my friends. I'm gonna be playing here at 1080p, 900p, and 720p. I think I'm only gonna be playing at those resolutions, maybe at 540p and 480p if we can't really get 60 plus at 720p, but I think we should be able to do that with the 650 here. And I'm just gonna be playing on the low settings, because if you do heavy 650, just stick to low settings, you know. There's no point in playing in other settings. Competitive settings gets pretty much the same FPS, so if you're interested in that with the Epic View Distance, you know, that's a more CPU demanding option anyways. We're running DirectX 11, by the way, because of course DirectX 12 is a newer API and it doesn't really run well in these 2012 cards, at least the Nvidia ones, and let's get into it. Okay everybody, here we go. We're gonna drop in the Whipping Woods, of course, as always, the most demanding area in the entire map. For example, in the waiting lobby area, whatever it is, like the other, that thing over there where we were before joining into the match, we were getting like around 55, 60 something FPS, something like that. And here in the Whipping Woods you can see that, yeah, it is dropping into the 40s. It will maybe drop into the high 30s, I think. Maybe not, actually. This is good. If we can manage to get 40 plus FPS at 1080p, I will say that it's playable with the GTX 650, but of course you really want to aim for those sweet 60 FPS whenever you can, when playing Fortnite, of course, because Fortnite is a competitive game, you know, and it really benefits from a stable 60 plus FPS experience if you want to be competitive, of course. If you're just a casual player and you're fine with below 60 FPS, yeah, you can definitely play at 1080p even with the GTX 650. And this is why I think we shouldn't really need to play at 540p or 480p here today, because yeah, it's doing such a good job at running the game here at 1080p. I was actually expecting worse performance coming out of this card, but no. Well, we're in the 60s right now, and keep in mind that we're in the Whipping Woods as well, so outside of the Whipping Woods you should expect similar performance to what we get here inside of this house. Maybe like 5 less FPS than inside of the house, because of course this is really not that demanding. Let's do this. Oh my god, okay, that's ping. That's nothing. That has nothing to do with the GTX 650. What the heck is that, guys? I have never seen this before. What? Crazy. Can I just look into it? It would be fun if you could. Where is it pointing at? There. That little house over there. So, well, anyways, moving on. Let's look at the trees a little bit longer, go through the bridge, and take like an average over here at 1080p. Yeah, it doesn't really drop into the 30s. As you can see, our 1% lows are pretty good at 41, and this is actually the 1GB version of the 650. So if you have the 2GB, it will actually perform just as well, you know. VRAM doesn't really matter too much in Fortnite. This is not a VRAM intensive game, of course, and we are running it at low settings, so yeah, it doesn't really consume a lot of VRAM. We're only utilizing around 800 to 900 megabytes of VRAM, which is decent, you know, it's okay. It means that 1GB cards are still fine here. And there was no stuttering whatsoever to speak of right now at 1080p. Did they actually fix the game? I am not sure about that, but let's do 900p now. As you can see, everything is still the same, obviously, and let's start counting the FPS once again. Can we get 60 plus at this resolution? I think. Oh my god, what the heck? Where? What? Oh, behind me? Okay, okay. How did that guy miss everything? Where is he, by the way? There he is. Okay, gotcha, buddy. Come over here. Oh, come on, dude. Okay. Alright. Oh, no. Come on. Okay. Alright. Come over here. Where is he? Where is he? We can't really get 60 plus FPS, guys, as you can probably tell right there. Sometimes it dropped into the 50s. I'm going this way, actually. Oh, come on. Oh, the other guy isn't his teammate, so he's actually shooting at him, I think. Hi. What? Wait. Come on. Oh God, Jesus Christ. No. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. I'm carrying you out of here. No. No. And here we go, once again dropping at 900p. As you can see, everything's still the same. Let's get into it. Well, let's do this anyways, okay? So it holds up pretty well at 900p. I think if I had a native 900p monitor, I would probably play at 900p. To be honest, it doesn't really drop too much into the 50s. And if you avoid the whipping woods, if you can do that. Of course, sometimes there are circles ending in the whipping woods or going through the whipping woods, but yeah, if you can avoid it for the most part, I guess you'll be fine, well above 60 FPS outside of here. So this is decent, you know, it's not too bad. Approaching the water, we get like mid 50s right there, and yeah, I think that's the most that it will drop to. So it's good. It's a good experience here at this resolution. I am impressed. I don't remember properly how many FPS the 650 got in the previous season, of course, because I made that video like 2 or 3 months ago, but I think it's running pretty well here. I was expecting it to perform a little bit worse than it is right now, and I was thinking that we'd get these FPS that we're getting right now maybe at 720p. So this is impressive, okay? I am impressed. I am impressed. This is a 2012 entry-level card as well, so keep that in mind, okay? Don't judge this GPU for not being capable of getting 60 plus FPS at 1080p. It's not a difficult thing to do for nowadays GPUs like the GT 1030. I think even the 1030 can get 60 plus FPS average at 1080p and maybe even not drop from 60, or at least it could back in season 1. I don't remember the season 2 results, to be honest, but this season is a little bit more demanding, but maybe they have fixed it, you know? The 650 is not stuttering whatsoever. I haven't seen a single stutter. Our 1% lows are really good, and this season, when it first came out, and in all of my other videos basically, it was really bad, like frame time consistency wise. Is that a guy right there? No. Alright, I thought I saw something like moving right there, but nope, never mind. Let's keep on moving here. This is completely perfectly playable. I wouldn't feel like I was at a big disadvantage playing at 900p with the GTX 650, and if I did, it was only because it sometimes drops from 60 FPS into like the mid 50s, so that's an easy thing to solve by dropping the resolution to 720p, of course, which is what I'm gonna do right now. I'm just gonna go inside here. Okay, here we go. Let's stop it right there. 70 FPS on average at 900p. That's good, guys, that's good. And here we go, 1280 by 720 with all of the same settings. Obviously, we're getting 100 plus inside of the house, and we saw our first few stutters there. Maybe it was because I just tapped into the game again. I don't know. Let's start counting the FPS anyways. I hope it was, because that means that the game has been fixed, but otherwise, if it starts stuttering a little bit more over here, it means that the game hasn't been fixed. 720p runs at 60 plus FPS. As you can see, even near the water, it's in the like low to mid 70s sometimes, and this is just completely playable. This is how I'd play the game, actually. Just forget 900p and 1080p, you know. If you really want those native resolutions, if you have a 900p or a 1080p monitor, yeah, sure, go ahead, play at your native resolution if you want to, but I think this is it, guys. This is the experience here. 60 plus FPS all of the time, even in the whipping woods. You could even run a high refresh rate monitor inside of the house, because we were getting like 100 plus. Of course, the 650 doesn't push too much power here. It's an entry-level card. It's X50 SKU, so those usually don't really consume too much power. But I actually don't know how much this consumes, to be honest, but okay then. Let's just keep on moving here. We're doing this though. Our frame time graph is getting a few spikes here and there, but those aren't really too noticeable, at least for me. And at least running a 60 Hz monitor, it isn't. Maybe if we were running a high refresh rate monitor, those little spikes will be more noticeable. But yeah, as it stands, 60 Hz is the way to go with the GTX 650. Obviously, you shouldn't really get a 144 or 120 Hz monitor with a GPU like this, unless you play like CSGO. I think in CSGO it's actually able to do so, not at 1080p, but maybe like at 720p it can do 100 plus, 120 plus maybe, even like a 550 Ti. That's also pretty good for those games, and you can grab those really cheap. By the way, I got this GTX 650 for 30 euros here in Portugal with 2 years warranty because it was bought in CX. And oh my, okay, of course it was used. All right, let's give some use to the mini shields. Okay, I am playing duos. All right, I didn't know I was playing duos, that's why I died there. Well guys, thank you so much for putting through this awful gameplay, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something. And if you are interested in the 650, and if you can get it for like, what, 20 bucks, it should be available at that price in the used market. I just bought this one because I am sick of getting scammed. I've only been scammed like once or twice, but still. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our second channel as well, where we just do gameplays without benchmarking. And as always guys, love you all. Bye bye.